Okay, so welcome everyone to week 3 of our summer wellness series. And so I'm just going to go ahead right inside and start chatting a little bit about pets and natural pet care. Here we go. Share my screen. And I was just explaining that I have two dogs. I have a 5-year-old Shih Tzu and I have a 1-year-old German Shepherd. And so I actually use oils on my pets. So we're going to chat a little bit about that because, when you do have pets, that pet is very close to your heart. They're cherished parts of our family. And so at doTERRA, we prioritize safety and well-being. And this has been collaborated with some veterinary experts to help us get some guidance on how to use essential oils responsibly and effectively with our pets. So we'll explore some benefits that the essential oils offer our pets and cover some essential safety tips, proper application methods, practical ways to support their health naturally, and hopefully you'll feel a little bit more empowered and confident to share these practices with a pet owner, with your own pets, helping everyone improve their pet's quality of life with these amazing gifts from the earth. So let's go ahead and chat. So I like this quote: until one has loved an animal, a part of one's soul remains unawakened. So I love it. I mean, I love my life wouldn't be what it is without my dogs. So even my one little Shih Tzu, we actually like share her with Brenda because she's now also part of Brenda's family. And so we just love her so much. So all animals have become part of our families. They enrich our lives. And so we want to make sure that when you use essential oils, you are very confident in that when you're using them on your pet, that you know how much and how to apply them. So let's chat a little bit about safety first. So our pets have heightened sense of smell. So we have to be very mindful of which essential oils we can use and how much to use. So if you see here on your screen, like we as humans, we have 6 million olfactory receptors. But a dog has 300 million. So that's 5 times the amount of olfactory receptors that we have. And a cat has 200 million. So you can see how heightened their sense of smell is. And that is super, super important. So um, they are so much more sensitive to the sense. And so dilution is a very key factor. For small pets, essential oils should be diluted to as low as 1%, especially when applying topically. Doing so not only ensures the safety, but also maximizes the benefits of the oils without overwhelming their system. So that is very, very, very key. So let's talk a little bit about essential oils, which ones are safe and which ones are unsafe to use around pets. And so it's really important to know which ones to avoid. So the 3 main ones to avoid are birch, wintergreen, and tea tree. They should never be used topically or internally with pets as they can be toxic for them unless they're under a natural vet care. You also want to be cautious with hot oils like cassia and cinnamon bark. You want to like go with more safer alternatives like geranium, copaiba, frankincense, on guard, or any of the other options that you see here on the screen. So you can see like the safe box: frankincense, copaiba, geranium, even aroma touch, perfectly safe for use around pets. So when we talk about pets and essential oils, we want to introduce them slowly. So slowly is an acronym. So it's a safe method to introduce them. It stands for self-selection, lid, seeing if your pet, even with the lid on, if your pet moves toward the essential oil or away from it with the lid on, because then you can also tell you want to observe, you want to watch. Less is more, and your turn. So you choose 3 essential oils that you think your pet might like or need and practice this slowly method. So you want to allow your pet to choose the oil by presenting it. Positive responses may not always be obvious, but so watch closely. And then you want to see if your pet moves toward the oil or away from it with the lid on. And then you want to reintroduce it on a different day to see if it's needed. And then you want to take a note of the pet's body language, their behavior. You want to keep an eye on them for its first 10 minutes after using a new essential oil. You want to start with a more diluted oil and gradually increase if needed. Um, so choose 3 oils you think your pet might like or need and practice the slowly method. Start slowly and dilute. So let's talk about a little bit about aromatic. So, when we use essential oils aromatically, number one, we want to make sure that you are only using pure essential oils. It has to say pure on the bottle, but it doesn't always mean it's pure. So with essential oils, because they are not regulated, in order to say pure on the bottle, it only has to be 5% pure. 95% can be whatever else it is. It can be all date alterated, it can be a synthetic agent, it can be diluted. So with doTERRA, we know that the oils are 100% certified pure tested grade. Every single drop of that oil has been tested by a third party to make sure that there is no contaminants, no filters. That oil, if it says it's peppermint oil, it's 100% pure peppermint oil every single drop, every single time. So when we use things aromatically, we're creating a calming environment, we're freshening the air, we're overall well-being support. So one of the most common ways to use oils with pets is aromatically. When employed correctly, the aromas can actually create a calming environment, freshen the air, support your pet's overall well-being. When diffusing essential oils, it's important to follow very few simple guidelines. So you should always use a water-based diffuser. You start with just 3 to 4 drops of oil. That is all you need. This amount allows for a gentle aroma without overwhelming your pet. You also want to make sure your pet can leave the room where the diffuser is if it prefers. So we never want to diffuse in a bedroom or a closed room and shut the door and leave our pets inside. They need the ability to be able to leave the room. So that is very, very important that they can come in and out. And so your pet, because of their heightened olfactory senses, if they don't like it, they will leave. So for different types of pets, keep in mind some specific considerations. So for example, cats and small animals like birds are often more sensitive. So it's best to use even fewer drops or keep the diffuser at a larger distance. Dogs generally tolerate essential oil aromas well, but it's still crucial to observe their reaction. So some essential oils that work especially well aromatically with pets are like lavender, copaiba, that they can promote a very calming environment. Frankincense, very grounding. These essential oils can be diffused individually or together as blended to create a peaceful atmosphere. Along with diffusing, you can make a diluted room spray or add a drop of essential oil to a cotton ball that's placed near your pet's bed. Just remember to monitor how your pet responds to the aroma as each animal is unique. So when we follow these tips, we can safely and effectively use oils aromatically to enhance your pet's environment, providing a natural way to experience the benefits of essential oils. So, because remember, just like us, when we breathe things in aromatically, it goes through bypasses the blood-brain barrier through our olfactory sensors. It goes through all the cells in our body within 30 seconds. So it has a very dramatic effect. It's the same with your pet. And so if you need to get your pet, like in certain situations, I needed to have lemon diffusing to help my pet, help with them detox so then we were diffusing lemon. And so they were breathing that in a very big open space, but they were still getting the benefits of it aromatically. So let's talk about topical. So you can see here about the dilution rate, right? So for small animals, it's very important because it's an excellent way to target very specific areas on a pet's body. So whether it's to soothe a sore muscle or promote relaxation, topical is really good. But remember, we need to dilute based on the size of the pet. So for small animals, 1 to 2% dilution is recommended. Larger animals can typically tolerate stronger dilution, around 3 to 5. But when in doubt, keep in mind that a little goes a long way, and that proper dilution is definitely key to safe essential oil usage. So you can have a few best practices when it comes to applying oils topically. You can massage diluted drops along the spine, which is a very common area where pets are used to being petted or brushed. So you can put it along their spine area there. It makes it very comfortable, very natural place to introduce essential oils. Another spot is the ears, but only do so if your pet is comfortable with it. Never apply oils inside the ears, just the outer area. Humans, pets, not inside, just outside. For pets that really enjoy massages, you can use like essential oils diluted in a gentle massage, focusing on areas maybe where they have stiffness or tension. This approach benefits their physical health, strengthens the bond between the pet and the owner. But again, always be sure to dilute it correctly and observe a pet's reaction. If there's any signs of discomfort, stop immediately and consider using a carrier oil to dilute even further. So also avoid sensitive areas like the eyes, nose, mouth. Be mindful that they are photosensitive. So we know that citrus oils are photosensitive. So just like we don't put them on our skin and we go outside in the sunshine, we don't want to be putting them on our pet or our pet's paws and then putting them out in the sun because citrus oils are photosensitive. So it increases sun sensitivity if applied topically. So when we follow these guidelines, we can confidently use them topically to support our pet's well-being, offer natural relief in a very comforting way. So like with 3% dilution, you're talking about mixing 3 drops of essential oils with 1 teaspoon of a carrier oil, like fractionated coconut oil. And then that's good for like larger fur, larger surface areas. For a smaller dog, one drop of essential oil to 1 teaspoon of carrier oil. Use it sparingly. So you want to be very kind of cautious at that dilution and the size of the pet. All right, so here we go. Here, I'm just gonna put this back. All right, so let me talk about my own pets a little bit. So this is Sequoia. This is my 1-year-old German Shepherd. And a couple weeks ago, we found a lump, a very large lump on her neck area. And so it like came overnight. It was like the size of a tennis ball. It was actually kind of scary at first. And so we actually treated it using essential oils. And so this is what I said. Now I know that we said we don't use tea tree. So, but I did just a little bit and very infrequently, but every now and then I used a little bit. But frankincense and lavender and copaiba diluted with fractionated coconut, we use it 2 times daily. Once in a while, I had actually had, I don't know if you guys can actually see this, but I had a jar made with natural makeup remover. And so this was like fractionated coconut oil, frankincense, lavender, tea tree already pre-made, very, very diluted, because it was safe for like over the eyes for a makeup remover. So this is what I actually used as the base. And so this is where I had a teeny bit of tea tree in it. But then I actually took the frankincense and lavender and the copaiba and added extra drops to the cotton pad. And then I massaged it over her lump. And we gave her 2 drops of frankincense and lemon in her water. And I put the omegas, I squeezed it, took 1 omega and I squeezed it into her food. And then I was diffusing lemon and On Guard alternatively to help her. So we really went at it quite aggressively to treat this lump. And then within 2 days, it started to ooze, started to heal and get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Now it's just very, very tiny. I think she either had a ruptured saliva gland from straining, or she got swallowed a bee and got bit, and she had a reaction to a bite. But it was very, very scary to have this big lump on her neck. And so this is what I did, and she is so much better. We did not have to go to a vet, and we could treat it. We treated ourselves with essential oils, and we empowered. Now I do have a book. Oh yeah, it's right here. Like, so one thing is wonder if I can, stop sharing my screen really quick, just so you guys can see. So I do have this Spoil Your Pet book that I use regularly. So I love it because it gives me like really like good ideas on what's going on and what to use and what recipes. So, I mean, you can use the internet, but I do prefer my book. It is written by a veterinarian, a doctor of veterinary medicine. And so this was Spoil Your Pet, Janet Rourke, an essential oil vet. She's also very, very good to follow. So that's another really, really good resource to use. So now I'm going to go back and share my screen again. All right, so that was Sequoia. Now let's talk about my Shih Tzu Nellie. And now she's been around a little bit longer, so she's had a lot more oils used on her. So if I can get the slide to actually change here. There we go. So this is Nellie, and she's my Shih Tzu. And so she's had quite a bit of oils over her lifetime. First, once actually when she was a puppy, she was actually bitten pretty bad by another dog. And so we actually had to take her for stitches. And right away, when the bite came, was the very first time I used oils on her. And so we put geranium on her immediately to help stop the bleeding before we made it to the vet. So geranium is really, really good for bleeding. Or if you're like cutting their nails and you cut the quick a little too deep and they're bleeding, geranium is definitely the oil right away to put on them to help stop the bleeding. So we use that first. And then when she came home from the vet with her stitches, we were using on the bruising because there was some bruising. So we don't put it directly on the stitches, obviously, but around the area where it was bruised, we were using copaiba and lavender and frankincense. And that helps prevent bruising, helps heal the muscles, heal the tissues. So we were using that. So that was with her very first experience with oils. But something that she gets regularly is a digestive upset. So whether it's throwing up, or she ate something bad, and so she's had some issues with going to the bathroom, Zengest is definitely the one for her. So Zengest is our digestive blend. It has like peppermint and fennel, ginger, really soothing essential oils for our gut, our digestive system, but as well as theirs. So I take, because she's little, she's under 13 pounds, I take one drop, I put it in my hand, I put in some fractionated coconut oil. So the dilution was 1 drop to 1 teaspoon, and massage it over her belly and a little bit on her paws. And she's fine. So then she will, especially with like, because a lot of times if she's throwing up, she might want to eat. So we just make sure we put the Zengest on, and then she improves right away. Another thing is that we notice that in thunderstorms, she has a lot of anxiety. And so she starts to pant and pant and pant and pant and pant. And that's not actually really, really good. We want her to be more calm. And so the best thing for her for calming is using lavender. So the same thing, 1 drop of lavender with some fractionated coconut oil, massage on her belly, massage on her paws. After I rub her belly, I rub her paws up and down, and we really see her calm right down. And so she still doesn't like them, but she's not as anxious in the storm using the lavender. And another one is that she got some kind of weird vaginal infection after her last heat. And so again, I use tea tree only minimally on those pads, a tiny, tiny bit, but please don't use tea tree if you're not confident. You do need to use tea tree under the supervision of a vet. But lavender is very, 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 very healing. So I use lavender on her at least twice a day, wiping that area with those pads. And I put 1 drop of lemon in her water. And I was making sure I was diffusing lemon and arngard. And that was from the book. I used that according to the book. So, and it cleared up. So all those times I saved myself vet bills just by having the book, being empowered, having the oils, knowing how to use them safely on my pet, and seeing the results that I need. So let's do a little bit of a safety recap. Because we've covered a lot of principles, and so I want to make sure without people feeling overwhelmed. But when in doubt, turn to these tips. So always dilute essential oils before topical use. Be very sure that you know your pet's health status. Don't use them near sensitive areas. Like their eyes, their ears, their nose. You don't want to be using essential oils around those areas. Use only a water diffuser. Allow them to exit the room. Make sure that if the pet is pregnant or nursing or with little animals around, you're using extreme caution. If the animal is using a topical medication or a dermal patch, avoid applying essential oils topically. And don't give any products containing xylitol to pets. Xylitol is very, very toxic. So make sure that there is no xylitol in any of the products that you're giving to your pets. Use only pure essential oils. Observe the pet's behavior throughout. If your pet experiences an adverse reaction, make sure you dilute the essential oil with a carrier oil. Most reactions do resolve within 24 to 48 hours, but another carrier oil, fractionated coconut oil, olive oil, whatever you have oil, That's what's going to help reduce the reaction. So you don't use water, use another carrier oil. And of course, stop any routine if your pet shows any signs of distress, such as like drooling, squinting, rubbing its face, vocalizing, shaking, vomiting, diarrhea. Stop. All right. So let's switch gears and talk a little bit about nutrition and digestion for our pets, because these pillars are fundamental to your pet's health, just like yours. So essential oils can play a supportive role in maintaining a healthy digestive system for our pets, helping promote a balanced gut, alleviate occasional digestive discomfort, support nutrient absorption. So, a few essential oils particularly beneficial to the digestive system and digestive health in pets. Digestin, we talked about that. I use that on Nelly. It's Digestin in the States. It's called Zengest in Canada. It's the same oil, same blend, just different name. It can be applied topically. It can be diluted on the abdomen for the occasional stomach upset. Ginger and copaiba are also excellent choices for supporting digestive function, can help soothe the gastrointestinal tract, encourage overall comfort. You can also incorporate probiotics and digestive enzymes into your pet's routine. Just make sure that it's not the one with xylitol. Make sure. And these supplements can aid in balancing the gut microbiome, supporting both digestion and immune health. So probiotics are really helpful bacteria that promote a healthy gut environment, while digestive enzymes help break down the food, making it easier for your pet to absorb the nutrients. Just like humans, right? We need probiotics and we need digestive enzymes to help break us down and absorb the nutrients. So another fantastic addition to the pet side is the omega-3 fatty acids found in fish oil. The omega-3s are essential for maintaining healthy skin, shiny coat, cardiovascular health. Measure it out according to your pet's weight. So typically around 450 to 500 milligrams per 10 to 20 pounds of body weight. Be very wary of potential toxins in the pet food and the environment. So you want to make sure your pet food is free from artificial additives, colors, fillers. Instead, add fresh and whole foods. Fruits like carrots, blueberries, spinach offer really good additional nutrients, support the overall well-being. Pumpkin is another one that's packed full of vitamins and is really, really good for pets. So by focusing on nutrition and digestion, you also help enhance your pet's health from the inside out. So essential oils, when you combine them with a balanced diet and the right supplements, can really provide a powerful approach to keeping your pet healthy and happy. So pets also need rest. They need quality sleep to recharge and maintain their health. So essential oils serve as a natural way to create that calming environment, promoting relaxation, restful sleep. Lavender is definitely one of the most well-known oils for relaxation. It's safe for pets when used correctly. You can diffuse it in the room before bedtime to create that soothing atmosphere. Apply a diluted drop to the pet's foot pads. Another product that's really good is Serenity. It combines lavender with Roman chamomile, ylang ylang for those added relaxation benefits. It really helps pets that are anxious. So if your pet is having anxiety or separation anxiety, diffusing Serenity or putting a drop of Serenity on a favorite toy or on their blanket with them if they're being put in the crate and you're going out, it does really help them stay calm and reduces that stress and anxiety. So again, you can put them in a water-based diffuser, make sure the room is open. Don't be diffusing and be gone. So I wouldn't be diffusing in a room with the pets and then be leaving the house. So it's better just to have very, very subtle, like a misted drop on a toy that has a gentle, but not actually diffusing, because they can't leave if they're in their crate, right? But you do want to create that calming routine before bed, because that can really help signal to your pet that it's time to wind down. Um, you know, it's worth noting that pets do pick up on our mental and our emotional stress. So if we're feeling tense and restless, consider using these oils for ourselves as well, because then we can be calm, so then they will be calm. Because a peaceful environment is beneficial to both you and your pet, as encourages a really relaxed state that leads to better sleep for everyone. So pets that have trouble settling down because of noise or environmental stressors, we can diffuse also doTERRA balance or adaptive. These blends help foster that sense of tranquility, which assists with easing our pet into a restful sleep. And so then they also can get more deeper restorative rest. So remember to use these mindfully and observe how our pet responds and then adjust as needed. So how do we help so again, with stress management, balance, adaptive. Adaptive is a fantastic oil for those pets that experience stress. It has like lavender, magnolia, neroli, so many amazing things that, I mean, it helps us with our stress, but you can diffuse it around your pet for like 20 to 30 minutes or apply the touch version topically. Just roll it on your own hands right like that, and then gently apply to the pet's back or belly. Copaiba is another really excellent for promoting relaxation. It's soothing properties. It helps calm them. It's also really good if they have any area of pain. So copaiba is really good for pain. And so you can just very gentle, very grounding aroma. That's really good for rubbing it into areas like their back or their chest. Just remember, if it's for relaxation, keep it short. Observe your pet's reactions. Not all animals respond to the essential oils the same way. And remember that pets are highly attuned to our own emotions. So if we're feeling stressed, they often mirror those feelings. So taking a few minutes to breathe deeply, recenter, help create a calming environment for yourself that they can benefit from as well. And try to maintain a consistent routine for your pet that provides a sense of stability. Essential oils, when paired with a very predictable environment, can really significantly reduce stress and improve your pet's quality of life. Pets like routine. They like having that. This is our morning time. This is our feeding time. Now we're going to go for a walk. Now we're going to eat. Now we're going to play. And so by employing these oils mindfully, you can really help comfort your pet and support them, during stressful times. So, adaptive, balance, serenity, super important. I mean, like, and I know, like, when we say, like, have the dog sniff it with the lid on, like, there's certain oils that my dogs like and certain oils they don't. Like, when Sequoia was getting her treatment, she loves lavender. She'll flop down and just like pour it on me, mom. She loves it. Um, and with Nellie, like, I have a routine, a bedtime routine for myself. So I use a real strong routine. I use Serenity on my feet. I use the Serenity stick on my arms. I'm using frankincense stick on my neck, deep blue stick on my neck. So I have my own little routine. She's not a huge fan of my oil routine at night. So she just stays away from me. She still sleeps with us, but she sleeps at the bottom of the bed. So it's not super strong that I'm putting on myself that it bothers her, but she just won't like lick it off. But if I decide that today is my treatment and I'm going to be putting Yarrow Palm on my face, she will lick it off. She loves Yarrow Palm. And so Yarrow Palm is what I use for beauty. It's like gets rid of your wrinkles and it helps support your emotional balance and your metabolism, but it's really, really, really emollient. So it's really good for your face. Well, my dog loves it. I don't know what's in it that she loves it, but she will lick it off. So they know what they like and what they don't like. So movement. I mean, we need to make sure our pets are active with regular exercise and movement, very important. And rest and recovery. So two oils that are really, really good for them. They need regular exercise to maintain a healthy weight and support joint health and um, overall vitality, but you might want to manage some joint discomfort, right? And so copaiba really does help with joint discomfort, with mobility, it's one of those top oils for joint and muscular skeletal support. So it helps soothe that ache in muscles, right? So you can dilute it in some carrier oil and gently massage it over the muscles and the joints. You can also administer copaiba orally for joint support. So for dogs over 30 pounds, you can give them a copaiba soft gel or once or twice daily. For dogs under 30 pounds and cats, just dip a toothpick in copaiba oil and add this small amount to some moist food or a treat. So do the toothpick swirl and then add it into their food. For pets that enjoy massages, you can incorporate aroma touch. Just gently massage it into their legs or their back. Diluted, of course, just like we talked about earlier. And it's really particularly helpful for dogs after a long walk or after playtime. It provides a relief and relaxation. You can also incorporate turmeric into your pet's wellness routine, another way of supporting their joint health. Give them to them in a capsule to larger dogs or apply diluted turmeric over sore joints to dogs and cats. For smaller pets, dilute 1 drop of turmeric in 2 teaspoons of carrier oil, applying that combo very sparingly. Remember, exercise is just as important as rest. So we need to make sure that they get regular movement to keep their joints flexible, strengthen their muscles, to prevent those joint issues over time. So daily walks, even swimming is a great low impact exercise. For cats, try engaging their natural like hunting instincts with like interactive toys or climbing structures. And so when you combine the essential oils with the regular exercise, you really help your pet stay active and comfortable. And just start slowly, as with any new exercise routine, right? Watch for signs of discomfort and then use the essential oils to provide that natural support. So another thing we really need to talk about really quick is reducing the toxic load. So you need to be very mindful of the surfaces that your pet touches, your licks and sniffs. So don't be using toxic cleaning products. Please ditch and switch. You want to create a clean, safe environment for your pets. Because we're all exposed to toxins in our surroundings. And so it's whether it's from household cleaners, synthetic fragrances, pet products, you want to reduce this toxic load, which helps benefit their well-being. And so, using doTERRA On Guard is an excellent choice for cleaning surfaces that our pets frequently encounter, like our floors, our countertops, bedding. It has powerful cleansing properties. It helps eliminate pathogens without exposing both us as humans and our animals to harsh chemicals. So you can make a simple surface cleaner by just adding a few drops of doTERRA On Guard to a spray bottle, fill it with water, and this easily cleans up messes, will also protects from your pet from harmful substances. And remember, airborne toxins also affect our pets. So make sure like that's why we're diffusing. Don't burn candles. Candles are so toxic. Don't use those Glade plugins. Get away from those dryer sheets. Use natural dryer balls with oils. So because you want to keep your environment as toxin free as possible. Purifying the air like with doTERRA Easy Air or Breathe, that helps clear the air, making a better breathing experience for our pet. Just remember 3 or 4 drops is all you need into your diffuser. Make sure your room is well ventilated. Another oil that helps really support detoxing is lemon, right? Because lemon cleanses toxins from our liver and our kidneys. So dogs, you can also add a drop of lemon to their water or their food. Make sure they also have access to fresh water. So don't put it in every single bowl, just a little bit, have them drink it, then clean it out, put fresh water, right? They always need access to fresh water, but diffusing lemon also helps freshen the air, helps freshen the environment, so breathing it in. So really, like, you might want to assess all the products you use in your home, from what you're using in the laundry to your dishwasher to your floor cleaners, because many of them contain chemicals that are harmful to pets. If you're using a Swiffer a wet jet, that is full of antifreeze that actually can kill your pet. So you really need to ditch and switch into natural products, incorporate essential oils, reduce your exposure for yourself and for your pets, because reducing our toxic load is an ongoing process. But doing some simple changes can have big impact. You just heard, Nelly, big impact on their health. So, Breathe and lemon and On Guard. All right. So then, you know what? When you need it, there is proactive veterinary care. Schedule regular checkups with your veterinarian who understands and supports natural solutions alongside traditional care. I was very grateful. I had a naturopathic doctor back in Burlington when I lived. Now I don't have one up here, so I need to find one. But she was amazing because she was really, she taught me a lot about how to make sure that their liver is good after, surgery and all those kinds of things, how we support them. So, because they can really, essential oils can complementary really good veterinary care. So, you can also stay informed and, I really appreciate you joining me today to learn how we can enhance our pets' well-being. And so I know we've covered a lot of ground. But we're going to have a question and answer time, but also we're free at all times to answer your questions. So if you're watching this recording and you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. We'll make sure that we get you the information that you need or direct you to where you need to learn so that you can keep learning about how to support your pets, how to support your body naturally, because that is really important. We want you to be empowered on how to use what you have. So if you are new to doTERRA, or haven't yet come to doTERRA, when you're connected to a wellness advocate, you get to save 25 when you get a free membership in Canada. And we don't even have renewals anymore. It's just free. You get 25% off the retail prices. We have free shipping with a 100-point value order, a free enrollment gift with a 150-point order. So there's a lot of incentives to come into doTERRA and get your free membership. It's just like Costco. It's so easy. And for those of you who already have your membership, since this is the first time I'm chatting with you, either online or watching the recording, this is some of our July promos that we have. So it's mostly, we're supporting Deep Blue. Deep Blue is the product of the month. It's phenomenal for pain and joints. Um, I wouldn't necessarily be using it on the pet, so we want to use the Copaiba instead in the Aroma Touch. But for ourselves, it's awesome. It's just because Deep Blue contains wintergreen, and wintergreen is one of the oils that we said was on the no-go list. Also, our Superman toothpaste is phenomenal. Again, not for pets because it has xylitol in it, so don't be using the doTERRA toothpaste, but it's amazing on our teeth. It has fluoride free. It has hydroxyapatite that helps rebuild our enamel. It is phenomenal. So it has about BOGO, the Canadian oil collections on sale up to the end of today, and we get our new Rose Hydrosol Mist, which is phenomenal for your skin. So that's just our July promos. So for you guys who are watching, so if you want to get started with doTERRA, make sure you reach out to whoever invited you to our summer wellness series because we can get you hooked up and get you started. So we have this, we have a little QR code that you can scan to complete the survey for points, just so that we know that you watched. And yes, and so we also have a free gift for those who are watching online. And so remember, if you're watching it remotely, and if you want to be qualified for points for the grand prize later, if you're watching it, make sure you email me back and say, I watched the recording, because then you get points for watching the recording towards the grand prize at the very end. So every time you join online, every time you bring a friend, every time you watch the recording, you get points towards our grand prize. So that's it for today, and I hope everybody had an awesome day. So thank you for joining me. I hope you learned something. I'm going to stop the recording, and if anybody has any questions, so let me just stop sharing. And I'm going to end my slideshow. So thanks everyone for joining, and let me just stop the recording now. I've lost my Zoom again. Oh, here we go. Stop share. There we go. And stop the recording.